Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we will talk about what is mean by test cases, why we need to create the test cases, and how we can create the test cases in software testing. Okay, so I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so the test case, basically you can think as a set of condition or input. Okay, and based on those conditions, you will be expecting some output. Okay, so whatever output you are expecting, if your system is giving the same output, it means your system is behaving correctly. Okay, so I'll just give you a small example and try will make you understand like why we need software testing. Oh, sorry, why we need test cases and what actually test cases mean. Okay, so let's say it's a calculator. Okay, if I say in that calculator, you're writing some equations, okay, or maybe some calculations, let's say 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4 or something. Yeah, like this. Sorry. Okay. And you're expecting something, right? So, and then it should be A, correct? So this is known as your input values. Okay. And this one will be your expected value. Okay. Expected value. Okay, and this is your input values. So the based on the input value, your system, as of now, the system is like a calculator. Okay. Okay, so this calculator is giving you whatever you are expecting. Okay, it means it is behaving correctly because calculator is also a system, right? Internally, there is also a software, right? So just think in this way, and same you should apply, or in the same logic you should think the web-based applications as well, right? So if you click on a login button, the next moment you are expecting, or what you will expect is that application should take you or to navigate you, okay, to the Facebook or to the Gmail or whichever site you wanted to go, right? So you will be in your inbox, right? Let's say if you're using Google, right? Correct. So this is the expected behavior of login button. Okay, and it should behave in this way. If it is navigating us to the inbox page, then it is working correctly. If not, then it's not working correctly. So this is what test case mean, and this is why we need test case. Because see, it's a simple one, right? But when new application will be developed, right, you need to test all these conditions. Is it really working? Is the button really working? Is the button look and feel is correct, right? So these all will be your test cases, and you have to create these test cases in advance while developer is writing their code. Okay, so as soon as developer will give you the code, you will start executing your test cases, and in meanwhile you have to think logically while you are creating your number of test cases. Okay, I will show you an example also, like how you can create your test cases, what the templates you should be using when you're writing your test cases in Excel sheet. Don't think that we are writing in the Excel sheet. It's not that actually used by the company. It's not the truth. Okay, in most of the companies, or I would say in most of the companies, 98% companies generally write their test cases in Excel, and then later on they upload their test cases into the multiple applications. That's a Jira, ADF, sorry, ADO, right? Your Azure DevOps, basically, I mean to say. So there are multiple applications in which people generally upload their test cases, I would say. But writing, mostly they will use Excel sheet. If you wanted to see how you can directly write into the Azure DevOps, you can watch one of my videos. I will drop a link over there in the I button. You can take a look. But as of now, in this video, I will be mostly covering like how you can create your test cases in the Excel sheet if you have to create. Okay. So I'll quickly show you one of the sample test cases, which I already created. I don't want to waste most of your time. So see, we will talk about these things first of all. These headers are really important. Okay, so this test case is your number, like how many test cases you have written. Okay, requirement means, let's say there are 5 requirements from the customer, or as per the software perspective. Okay, they wanted to create a login page. On the login page, they wanted to have a link, they wanted to have a button. These kind of requirements you will get. And based on the requirement, your test case should be mapped. Okay, so that you have the complete coverage, that for each of the requirement you have a test case. Okay, for the sample, what I have done is I have created one sample test cases for the Google, let's say Google landing page, simple. So if you see in the Google landing page, you have a Gmail link, you have a sign-in link. Okay, so based on this only, I have created one test case. So my test case number, my requirement number. Now the description, what exactly I wanted to test. So I have written to check and verify that Gmail link is present on the Google home page. This is what my description is, right? So if you see the application, right? If you see the application here, you will see the Gmail link is there, correct? So that's how you can create your descriptions. Let me make it small as well, so that it will be easy for you guys. Okay. I think this is much better, right? I don't have to switch again and again. Okay. Now the second test case is to check and verify that mouse hovering is present on the link. So what is mouse hovering? So if you see, if I hover my mouse, it is changed to the hand icon, right? So this way you can create your test cases. This is your description of test cases. Now, test data. What is your test data? Let's say you wanted to enter something here, right? So whatever you're going to enter and test with that input, that is called your test data. Believe me, they will ask in a couple of interview questions when you will be new to the manual testing, or maybe you have 1 or 2 years of experience. They will ask you, what is test data? So the data which we are using while creating the test cases or while doing the test case testing, that is known as test data. Now, see, the next thing is test case steps. Why we need test case steps, right? Sometimes you might think, right, or might be thinking, why we need test steps? You know the application, you can do it. Why you need to write it? But generally, it's not the case. Sometimes you are the one who is responsible for writing the test cases. But once the software is developed, maybe you have a less time and you want someone else to test the application with you, right? So what he will do, he don't know the steps, how to test, what to test, where to go, where to click, right? So that's why we need to follow the steps as well, right? We need to enter the steps. We need to write the steps that will help you as well as the other person, and as well as someone else also, like which or what all steps you followed while testing this particular scenario or the test case, right? So we need, and for sure we need the description, the test steps, and after test steps, based on the description, the expected result, right? So the expected result is for the first one or the second one, let's say, to check and verify the mouse hovering is present in the link. Underline should reflect post hover on the Gmail link. So if you see here, see, as soon as I'm hovering, my icon is changed and the underline is showing, right? So this level of, or this type of test cases, or this way you can write the test cases. Okay. Now, actual result. See, while writing the test cases, you generally don't write the actual result. Actual result will come into the picture when you actually testing the application. Okay, you start testing your application, and based on the behavior, you will say, yes, it is working as expected. You can write like this, okay, or you can ignore this because actually it is working. So you can say, yeah, it is working as expected, correct? And the test case will be pass and fail. Okay? So this is a usual scenario, right? We generally write the test case, we execute it, we write expected results. So this is the template. They will ask you to write the test cases in the template, proper template. They wanted to know what all fields basically you create. Okay. And if any test case fail, how you will track it? You will write the bug ID. If you have an application where you are writing the test cases, where you are tracking it, maybe there is a way to create the bugs. You can create it, you can link it, like in ADO. You can watch another video where I was creating the test bugs and linking it to the test cases. But what if you have the Excel sheet? In that case, for the tracking, you have to put the bug ID. Okay, priority. See, let's say you have thousands of test cases, but you have only 2 days to test, and your manager is asking you to test most important parts of the application. How you will segregate? You will segregate based on the priority of test cases. You have to set the priority. What are critical components you wanted to test first? Okay, and you have to first test P1 test cases, priority 1 test cases. Okay, which date you are testing on, you have to write. Okay, tester name, as I said, maybe there are a couple of other persons who will be testing among you. With you, you need to write their names as well, and comments if you have any observations. So this is a template basically which you can use to write your test cases, and this is how you have to write your test cases. Okay, don't worry about these states. Okay, these are the different state while doing the testing. Okay, we'll talk about it. What are the different state, okay, of a test cases while testing? So I have other scenarios as well. Like sometime in interview, they will ask you to write the test cases on the pen, right? They can ask you on, and I mean, they will ask you, or they will give you different scenarios to write the test cases, like ATM, like the bottle, write a test cases on a bottle. Okay, so your mind should be logical at that time while you write your test cases. You should think logically and start writing your test cases. Okay, and you should create this template while creating the test cases. Then only they will know that, okay, you have the experience and you actually follow all the rules, or you actually follow the templates. Okay, I will be attaching this template into the video. I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video.